excited?
It's a 3-day weekend. We just dropped off the kids and we're off to Vegas. Yes, I'm excited.
So how about all those quilt shops we're gonna hit up?
Maybe on the way back.
I can't wait. Give me some more fabric. Some more thread.
I was really on the fence about getting tickets to this fight.
What?
Because he's 40 already. Like, that's the big elephant in the room. He's 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's not at the top of his game, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's a legend. And, you know, if you gave me the opportunity to see Muhammad Ali in his final days or something, would I not go? Yeah, you kind of have to go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I started following him in 2009, I think, was when I started watching boxing. And if you remember, he fought on our wedding day, and I was like really into it.
Yeah.
And I funny story with that one was I ordered the pay-per-view. It was our wedding day. And then I come home after. Well, not even, like during the reception. I'm talking to Fernando. And he's like, hey, can you believe Pacquiao lost? And I was like, I don't know that. So I didn't get to see that. And then the next day, I turn on the TV to watch it. And I forgot to record it. So I had to buy it again. So I paid twice for that pay-per-view. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So, anyway. But I'm glad we're getting tickets. So, he's 40 already. But Broner isn't at the top of his game either. So
We're going to see Baroner?
Baroner.
Oh, yeah. Baroner.
Yeah, I know you're a fan. So,
I'm a fan of Baroner.
So, we didn't see Mayweather get his ass beat by Pacquiao, but we could see Broner get his ass beat by Pacquiao. So I think that one.
That's a consolation prize.
Yeah, it's a consolation prize. So we'll see.
After we hit up the quilt stores.
What's up, guys? We've got a busy show, and really the boxing schedule, in my view, opens up this Saturday night. It's showtime pay-per-view from the MGM Grand in Viva, Las Vegas. Viva! Welterweight battle, Manny Pacquiao, still going at age 40, takes on the problem, Adrian Broner. And Mario, I know you've had questions, but Adrian Broner made the grand arrival to Las Vegas. He looks like a free man. I think we're going to have a fight Saturday night.
So predictions for tonight?
I think it's going to be competitive. A lot of people just automatically give it a Pacquiao just because of his speed and he's a veteran. He's fought so many great like Hall of Famers and people at a world-class level. But I think Broner, he's going to start off slow, and I think he's going to pick it up toward the end of the round, at the end of the fight. I think it's going to be competitive toward the end, but I still give it to Manny. I think he's going to get the unanimous decision. But as far as my money goes, I am going to place a bet on a draw, just because Vegas, you never know, they can mess things up. And he's gotten some bad decisions in the past, and the odds are going to be like 20-1 or something like that. So I think that's where my money's going to be, but I think it'll be Manny by unanimous decision, and I think he's going to get rocked a few times. So, and you know what? There's Vegas right there. So should I get off on Flamingo or?
No, you're gonna take the 215 East to Henderson.
The what?
The 215 East to,
For what?
to Henderson.
Henderson, the fight's in Vegas.
No, we're not going to Henderson. It's just towards Henderson. There's just a pit stop. Quilt store.
A what?
Quilt store.
It's fight night. It's not quilt night in Las Vegas?
Yeah. One stop. Little detour.
Okay. working. Oh no. Oh yeah, there's no. So what are we looking for today?
I don't know. I need to get some binding fabric for the quilt that I'm gonna have coming on Tuesday. And other than that, just, you know, enhance the stash.
All right, have fun.
Okay,
We'll go get some gas. Be right back.
Okay.
See you in there.
Okay. We should have everything. Okay.
NFL Network presents the compilation. And I'm a little bit rock and roll.
You know, I remember that night so clearly when Pacquiao fought Marquez for the 4th time, and everybody was kind of thinking that it wasn't going to be a significant fight just because they've already fought 3 times, and yes, they were epic battles and everything, but I remember going into that thinking, you know, Pacquiao's going to do the same thing all over again, and he was actually winning the fight. We had the people over for fight night that night, and we were in the back house. In the billiards room. Half of us were there, half of us were in the living room, and Pacquiao was pretty much winning that fight. If you go back and look, Marquez was he was hurt. He was hurt a few times, but then he managed to knock down Pacquiao, and that was shocking. I forget if it was the 3rd or the 4th round. And then a few rounds later, at the final bell, came that moment when Pacquiao was feigning a little bit too much, and Marquez timed him just perfectly, and that shot was just devastating. I remember my heart sank at that moment, just because I thought, it wasn't like, oh no, he's lost. I thought the guy was dead. He got knocked down so hard, fell face first, and it was just over. And he just lay there without moving for several minutes. And I think that was the most devastating knockout I've seen, and I was so heartbroken because I thought his career was over. Everybody thought his career was over, and to see him recover from that, yes, it took some time, but to see him come back, and even though he was timid at first, he wasn't throwing many punches, and he wasn't that, not, you know, after that night he kind of lost that edge that made him such a great big star. I admire the guy for coming back and rebuilding his career and just continuing to fight on. Once he got knocked down in that spectacular fashion, everybody thought he was done. Nobody thought he can continue, and look what he's done. He's managed to come back and have some significant fights, and yes, he went a long period without knocking people out until his last fight against Matisse, but that's kind of to be expected. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to offer tonight. The fact that he's a senator, the fact that he can one day be president of the Philippines, that's kind of, you know, he's transcended the sport, and in the way that Ali did, in the way that like Tyson was a worldwide recognized figure. That's what Manny is. And I think tonight's going to be special. We'll see how it goes.
You need a gift idea. This is the new line of Cotton and Still Basics. I like my favorite fabrics. And they're only $157.
I've had a couple of drinks, so Elizabeth's taking over. And if you hear that rustling, it's my jacket.
You can hear them coming a couple blocks away.
So we're staying at the El Cortez tonight because it's a 3-day weekend and it's super expensive everywhere else. But we don't mind. This was actually the first place where we stayed when we first met. We came out to Vegas, and it was also a 3-day weekend, and it was like last minute. It was like 8 o'clock, and we're like, hey, let's go to Vegas. And we went to Vegas, and then we went back like at 10 a.m. the next day. Like, it was a quick turnaround. Super quick. We did nothing.
Drove out here to sleep and then
Yeah, we drove out to sleep here, and then that was it. We drove back. Well, it was fun. I still remember it. So whenever we don't have a nice place to stay, we stay at the El Cortez. Watch out.
it's got some
Yeah,
nostalgia.
it has some. It brings back memories, but it's a really nice.
Although I gotta say, this area has really been like revitalized, so it's kind of like a mini arts district from like downtown LA. There's like all kinds of murals everywhere, and like a container park with this cool praying mantis that dances in the front with lights and stuff. And then Fremont Street is just right here, so you can walk down there and see people getting drunk, and it's a good time. I like it over here. And 2 blocks away, there's a donut bar. Which we might be hitting up for some breakfast later. In the morning.
So with this jacket, I like this jacket. Don't get me wrong, like, I like it, but I've had it for, I don't know, like 15 years. My aunt got it for me for Christmas one year, and I love it, but it's the loudest jacket, and I can't figure out how to get rid of this noise. So, yeah, that's the story with my jacket. I'm a little self-conscious with this jacket. And we're on our way to, what's it called?
Italy?
We're on our way to Italy. Apparently just opened up recently, and I'm looking forward to it. As you know, I love Italian food, and they're supposed to have like some market that has everything in there. So that's where we're gonna go for dinner. We're gonna try to sneak in my camera to the MGM. I was able to do it last time when we went to Crawford Postal for that fight, and it was just like this lady who didn't really care about her job, and so she let me in. So I'm gonna try to do the same this time. I typically don't take my camera with me because I like to enjoy the fight, but my plan is to just kind of enjoy it, take a couple pictures, put it down, and then when the main action happens, then bring it out, and then afterwards. And last time we were able to, when we were on our way to the parking lot, we ran into, you remember his name?
Oh,
That's right, Tony Weeks. So we ran into Tony Weeks and then jumped out of the car and took a selfie with him. So that was pretty cool. Well, he thought it was gonna be a selfie, like with a phone, but then I brought out my giant camera and my flash. And I'm glad I did, because the picture turned out really well. So that's it for now. We'll get some more footage later on. That's my jacket, if you could hear it.
The ring, the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, really needing no introduction the world over. Wearing black trunks with golden white trim, the senator fighting out of and proudly representing the Sarangani province in the Philippines. He weighed in at already 146 pounds. His record stands at 60 wins, 7 losses, and 2 draws, with 39 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is a legend of boxing, an icon of the sport and the future Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, in his 24th world title appearance, boxing's only 8-division world champion, the current, reigning, and defending